welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, March 10th, 2020. And boys, it is official. Coronavirus mania is here. It is all over the place.
It's bad, man. One of the worst manias.
It's an intense
Beatlemania
mania.
was good.
Yeah, WrestleMania is pretty cool.
WrestleMania is sweet.
Not nearly as good as either of those manias.
No.
And we've also got another Election Tuesday going on. And we've got a big interview that we're going to be doing today. So is anybody else's head spinning with all this going on? Is it just me?
It could be because I'm feeling a little sick.
Great.
No.
Okay.
Awesome.
No.
There it is.
Yep.
Good
by
for
the
content.
way, Mark,
Yeah.
I know you're not covering Corona today, but I gotta say,
did. Every day I get,
I gotta
bombarded
say-
on Twitter.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening back to yesterday's episode. I mean,
Thank you.
I know it's stressful for you, but it's fun for us.
Yes. No, I Corona's a large portion of my life every day, 7 days a week, whether I'm covering it or not. I'm reading about it. I'm hearing about it.
Just tossed your way.
Yep.
COVID Mark.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will get to that later. But like I said, we've got an election day today. So speaking of elections, going to get to those first. Then in the lightning round, there's going to be the coronavirus updates, like we said, royal family updates, drunks, pigs, all kind of stuff.
Woo.
But first, here is what's going on today, March 10th, and Joe Biden, fellas, is about to strike.
Okay.
The states that vote today are Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, and Washington. And Bernie Sanders is favored in zero of those states.
0 out of 6 is going to be the end of the race.
Yeah, those states represent 352 delegates. And in fact, Biden is now favored by 52% of Democrats in general polled nationally this week to be the nominee compared to 36% for Bernie. And, I mean, Biden was at like 10% 2 weeks ago. So,
What a turn of events.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah, what-
miraculous.
yeah, miraculous or coordinated, I don't know. It seems
Both.
like it's pretty clear that
well coordinated. I can't believe it worked out so well. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Biden is at 670 delegates right now to Bernie's 574, and either nominee needs 1991 to lock up the majority and the nomination.
Good year. Bulls championship. That was when Jordan was really becoming a superstar.
Biden's mind was working so clearly in 1991. He's
Was
just-
that
Firing on all cylinders.
Was that the flu game? Was that 91?
No, that came later.
That'd be
that
appropriate.
was comeback Jordan,
It would
right?
be appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Would
it's
be.
true with the corona. If Biden cleans up like he's projected to, he's going to be already halfway to the nomination, close to 1,000 delegates, with more than enough time and money to just grind it out. So basically, Bernie Sanders, guys, his back is against the wall today. He needs a win or a draw in Michigan and a huge debate on Sunday when he gets a chance to go one-on-one with Biden, or to me, he's toast. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think that he needs to get to the debate and then hope that the debate is standing at a podium, long answers. And I think there's too many obstacles in the way for him to get to that debate and to expose Joe Biden for being a nincompoop. Because he's going to lose all.
He's an old nincompoop.
He's going to lose those 6 states, and if even if it's close and he survives and he goes to the debate, I think the DNC is going to make it like a sit-down
So
format.
you think
town
he's
hall.
going to get dunked on 6-0 today?
I think it's going to be 5-1 or 6-0. Yeah.
I think they
that's-
should have
yeah.
fucking had the debate yesterday is the thing. Because it's like, okay, if Biden mops the floor with them in these 6 states.
Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah.
go
Well, but
so
Pat,
many
that
states.
was the move. That was the
Yeah.
move. They had last Tuesday and this Tuesday with no talk time in between.
Yeah, it worked out well for Biden. Put it that way.
Bernie was on the Fox News town hall, standing up the whole time, showing up.
He showed up to
Showing
his
off
town
those
hall.
legs, yeah.
Yeah, he's showing off the legs.
Wasn't Biden
Showing off his
at the
blood
time of this
flow.
recording? Wasn't Biden missing from his town hall?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
apparently.
in his rally in Detroit,
his rally.
worse than a town hall. Yeah,
We
it's an
here at Hard
election
Factor-
rally.
He's just like lost. He's one of those old people that's just lost.
We put a silver alert out.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
We put a silver alert out.
He printed out the map quest, but it had a bad direction.
You
on
got to
it.
send
Yeah.
Uncle Joe with a minder and 2 GPS.
Yeah, who on the campaign that's getting fired let Joe be like, I can make it there on my own.
Need to
Yeah,
dig in
I
that
mean,
guy's skin. And
Not
plant
only
something.
not only is directions in Detroit tough for Joe right now, will Flint be a thing because he is not well liked in Flint, Michigan. Bernie Sanders has been there all week. And Michigan's notable because in 2016, Bernie was polling like 25 points down from Hillary and then ended up winning by a very slight margin in Michigan in 2016. So that's the only thing here I think that and then Bernie winning Washington handily, which he needs to win it handily, which doesn't look like he will.
The polls this year have been pretty goddamned accurate, though, and he's still down 20 points in Michigan. If it happened again, then they need to stop polling in Michigan.
Then they mean the polls just mean nothing.
Yeah, but all the polls currently for the states have been like
Biden
accurate.
should be smashing if anything. The only thing that's a toss-up right now looks like is Washington. And Bernie was supposed to win there heavily, and now it's a toss-up, so that's just crazy in itself.
Biden's got like a 2 or 3 point lead.
Yeah, but it's close. Yeah, it's like margin of error lead. Yeah.
Can we talk about how bullshit it is that all the networks are calling this Super Tuesday 2.0?
Well, yeah, that's total bullshit. It
would be
six
like
states.
Yeah, we don't call the Pro Bowl the other Super Bowl. No, it's the Pro Bowl, and it sucks.
Well, I think
this
they're
is
doing
second
that.
Super Tuesday. You can't call it. There's only one. It's bullshit.
What it is that all the media is very excited. They're getting ready for this knockout punch. They want that Biden-Trump election bad, and it looks like they're about to get it. So, it turns out, speaking of, we're going to shift gears there because I think that basically we can start talking about a Biden-Trump general. So, turns out Joe Biden has undergone all parts of a physical besides the cognitive test. So, given
That's
the
the
bad
brain,
tape
Willie.
out there, that's the brain one. Should Joe have to take a cognitive test to be the nominee? Your thoughts?
Should you have to take a cognitive test to be the president of the United States? You're goddamn right. You should. Yes.
Especially Joe Biden.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, they said like there was I forgot, it was a snippet I saw it on Twitter, but the doctor said he's given Joe a clean bill of health, but he's not completed the cognitive.
I would love
test.
to see Joe Biden doing the Rorschach test. Like, what do you see here, Joe?
Yeah.
The ink blots.
Well, as Wes said, the ocean. That's what he should be
it's
seeing.
the ocean.
Exactly.
It's
Staring
always
right off into that.
It's always
lot of-
Dewey Beach. Yeah.
See a lot of people in suits telling me what to say
He's had a
behind
good-
me.
He's had a good life. You should be reflecting on
You
it.
got a new grandkid. Just go focus on that new grandkid.
That's right.
Oh yeah, and speaking of that new grandkid, should Hunter Biden, Joe's son, who has worked in Ukraine and China on behest of his father, have to debate Don Trump Jr. about ethics and family ties and politics? Because Don Jr. has laid the gauntlet down.
Well, maybe we should ask someone that we're.
Well, maybe we'll get
Maybe
the
we should
chance.
ask someone tomorrow. Maybe we'll get
Who
an answer
knows?
from the horse's mouth.
Oh, that's a little tease. That's a potential tease. I like that.
Yeah. I
To
think
answer
that
your
would be-
question, honestly, though, Will,
Huh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely should the sons of candidates and the daughters of candidates need to debate. And it makes no sense, but with the current sons of the potential candidates we have, it would be fucking
With
electric.
these two sons, I think this is one of the only times you're going to have like two sons who are probably going to get more press than the VPs.
And imagine the coke in the
Oh,
green room.
yeah.
Imagine the
Yeah.
coke in the green room between these boys.
We can bring back the Jerry Springer bell for that debate. That'd be amazing.
One-on-one debates this election season would be fantastic.
Hunter, they should take it on the road, honestly.
Now that look, we
They would be best friends by the end of it.
we like to joke about how the DNC completely manipulates the situation, which they did, but they won't be able to do that in the general election. So we're assuming that Trump Biden will have their time to debate, right? An average of 3 per general election.
There are 3 scheduled, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is we were talking on the stream, like Trump's probably going to want those now.
Maybe he
You
might
think?
not want them.
No, you want those.
Yeah, he wants them bad.
You'd think you'd want them pretty bad.
You
and
want
most
10.
Yeah.
10 long ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get more on the books. And then most importantly, what's going to happen when the Durham report drops later this summer? And it's probably going to become public that the Biden administration, including, the Obama administration, including the Bidens, were spying on the Trump campaign in 2016. So it's pointing to that's what that report's going to show. So that's going to have an impact on the election as well. Things to look out for in the future. Now, what names do you guys like if this showdown is going to happen? I think like presidential election, senior tour championship,
That's good.
dentures versus bone spurs, Republicans versus people who miss Obama, Obama's last drone versus the birther movement,
The early bird special would be a good one.
spray tan versus senility.
Are these my dentures or yours?
Now, both of these guys do well in Florida. They both like to go to Florida. The Aviators versus the golfer in Mar-a-Lago. Like these debates should probably be outdoors in Florida.
The Lion stumble.
Bumbly McSunglasses versus Angry O'Prideful. That was probably the most descriptive one that I had written down.
I liked that one, Will. That was good.
That one came from the heart.
That's good.
Yeah.
Will, I think no matter what, we just got to get Joe Biden
say what you're thinking.
on Adderall. That's what we got to do because Trump's on Adderall, but I don't think Biden's on Adderall
You think
currently.
that's the differentiator? You think if we get Biden on Adderall, then these debates are going to be like a fireworks show?
It's going to be fucking awesome.
Look, we call it down the middle. They both should have to take cognitive tests and physical tests.
Absolutely.
Everyone
push-up
running for
contest.
president should.
Oh, that's the thing. If Biden's going to have to do these debates, then Trump's going to have to do these push-up contests.
Agreed.
Yeah,
but
Trump needs to lose a few, and Joe Biden needs to prove that people are. If he's saying people are incorrect with their assessment of him losing his cognitive ability, then let's get the test.
Yeah, but Biden's like a computer that you boot off an external hard drive. Like the machinery's pretty good, but you take that cord gets cut, you're in big trouble.
Well,
Yeah. He can do push-ups all day.
I think he's more like a wind-up doll with a string, where you pull the string, and then when it gets back to his body, he's finished.
He's an old machine. That's what he is.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's not going to pass the emissions test.
Let's get some mental repetitions and some physical repetitions on both of these candidates, assuming that's who it's going to be. And if you want to go and get in on the action and bet on if that's going to be the two, because Bernie still has a puncher's chance potentially. Who knows? Probably not. Go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to gamble on the elections with us. I like Bernie with plus 300 in Washington. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a coin flip. And also plus 1,200 in Michigan. Because why not? Either you get a huge payday or the election is over and Biden has definitely won.
Stakes had the best pick.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Another long payout pick that's on Biden is Stakes picks from last Friday's pick show, and that is one candidate by April 1st. That's at 25 cents. And if you think Bernie's going to have to drop before April 1st because he's getting pummeled by Biden, go with Stakes.
Stakes gave you that tip at 11 cents. I got in at 15 cents. It's already up to 25.
Already a nice double up.
Yeah.
Already a nice double up. Could
Not
be
enough Sudoku in the world to save Biden.
Exactly. Again, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 match on us.
All right, guys, big Corona news, huge Corona news. First of all, do not panic. Second of all,
Panic!
The stock market is fucked. All three major indices dropped more than 7% yesterday, with the Dow plunging more than two.
Oh, is it indices?
It's indices, okay. You piece of shit. More than
I thought he meant to say industry, and he's like a dumb reporter that wrote the.
Yeah, it might have not even a Republican.
Plural for index.
Yeah, they dropped.
Oh no!
Well, I'm saying we don't play the stock market at my house. We blow it all early.
Not a big stock.
No, we're
guy.
not savers. Yeah, the Dow plunged 2,000 points. That's the largest single-day point loss for the Dow on record. So it's possible it's not the worst, but those guys are pretty good at keeping records.
It's a bad day.
Not a good one.
No,
I saw Trump had tweeted that if the president allowed it to drop 1,000 points, they should be fired into the sun from a cannon.
Who tweeted that?
Who said that?
Trump
in the
said
past, Trump had said.
Oh, hilarious.
Well,
yeah, a lot of those tweets come back.
Yeah.
Especially from him.
They're coming to roost. Yeah, this week.
Yeah, he likes to tweet, so
he's a tweet guy.
That's what it is.
I love how Ben Shapiro, and this is what everyone should start doing. Well, you got to date the tweet. You gotta date the tweet. When did the tweet come out? It's really important. It's a great defense when someone's like,
horrible day for the stock market, but good day to buy at the end of the day, right? Like
that's what I was thinking.
Right?
Let's get some Penn Nationals.
I
We're
don't
not
know shit about
advisors.
money.
We're not advisors.
But we maybe wait till next week. Trump floated a potential
might
tax
go
relief
about
measure, guys, to help with this free fall of the stock market on Monday, saying, quote, we are to be meeting with House Republicans, Mitch McConnell, and discussing a possible payroll tax cut or relief, substantial relief, very substantial relief, in case you were wondering. Other coronavirus news, guys. The cruise ship, the Grand Princess, the one that's just been hanging out off the coast of California for 4 days because of the 3,500 people aboard, roughly 21 of them had the corona or the germ. This ship was banned from docking in San Francisco, and much like everything else and everyone else who isn't up to San Francisco's taste, was ultimately sent 12 miles east to Oakland. Yeah. Said you can't dock here, but right down the street is Oakland. Check them out.
Oakland burn.
And there you go. Speaking of cruises,
fucked up.
It is fucked up.
That is fucked up.
It's fucked
They
up.
don't want you in the fancy city. They should move you across the bay.
No, all the texts over here.
Close the bridge.
That's messed up.
Yeah, they say it's because of proximity to a military base, but we all know why they did that. Speaking of cruises, guys, if you're booked to travel on the Junior College of the Seas or Carnival Cruise Lines between March and May, and you don't cancel your trip, Carnival will really amp things up by offering travelers free booze in the form of gift certificates. So if you take your cruise, Carnival's buying. Think about that.
Sweet.
Don't take that cruise. The following colleges have canceled in-person classes: Columbia University, Princeton University, Rice, Stanford, Hofstra, USC, University of Washington, and a ton of other community colleges in Washington State. More than 20 schools around the country have canceled in-person classes. Here's a rundown of the virus in your neighborhood. 206 Brits have tested positive as of Saturday. An employee of the Austin-based tech company Dell said, "Dude, you're getting coronavirus after testing positive."
Oh, you dated yourself.
Yeah.
Dell guy.
I'm old. I'm old as shit. Testing positive and then returning to India in a nice little turn of the tables.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, reports say he
Not
probably,
India.
Yeah. Now are you worried?
Yeah, very.
He probably didn't catch it here in Austin. He just flew into Austin with it, shook a bunch of hands, and then got right back on a plane to India. So very cool there,
What
Mark.
a dick.
Three Ohioans
You guys then.
now have it, two of which got it on, guess where, guys? A cruise.
Yeah.
And one man picked it up at a political conference in Washington, D.C. Louisiana's got one. Tennessee's got 4. But in some good news, still no confirmed cases in Mississippi.
There you go.
That is good.
Good for Mississippi.
Good job, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. Here's a bunch of shit.
MISSISSIPPI.
What else we
It's
got? We got to
it's
move on from
It's a
coronavirus.
fun one to spell. Here's a bunch of shit that's canceled. Ireland canceled St. Patrick's Day and their parade. The entire country of Italy is on lockdown, and everything there is canceled, including all sports
Pizza's
for
canceled.
the foreseeable future, including the Italian soccer league,
Serie A.
Serie A, which is suspended indefinitely. And perhaps in the most devastating cancellation, Madonna has let 2 gigs go. Oh, no. And finally, a story about making lemonades with corona-infected lemons. An Alabama sheriff named Mike Blakely, who's set to go on trial for stealing campaign donations, told the court that there was no way he could make it to court because he's been tested for coronavirus.
Hilarious.
But it turns out that's all bullshit. Just another one of Sheriff Mike's tricks, and it was totally made up.
That's hilarious. Whenever the locusts come back around, I always blame everything on the locust. I'm late because the locusts are out. You know,
Talking about the
that's-
cicadas,
Now
right?
you can cicadas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Corona's a
cicadas
great
are
one
out.
of those,
Yeah, Corona's a perfect excuse.
Wash your hands, get a mask, and
Fist bumps.
good luck, guys.
All right, let's kick it over to check in on our favorite soon-to-be ex-Royals, old Harry and Meg.
They're not X yet.
Nah, March 31st is their official.
Oh
They have an
man,
out date.
They have a countdown.
Yeah, big time. Who bid farewell to their millions and participated in their final royal obligation, the annual Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey. And it looked like Meg was sweating a little bit in church, maybe. It was probably the fabric she was wearing or something, if you catch my drift. Anyway, it marked the first time Meg and the Queen...
What was that?
Wait,
was that like a whore in church joke?
Nah, not at all.
Sweating like a whore in church.
It wasn't. It was the fabric.
You know she's an American, Wes. You know she's our American
Sounded like
Mullen
it.
No,
side.
it wasn't. That's just what you thought. Anyway, it marked the first time Meg and the Queen were seen together since Meghan forced Harry to make a choice between his royal family and the family he sexed up with her. And as expected, tensions were high, assholes were tight, and the hats were stupid. Apparently, Harry and Meg briefly exchanged hellos with Prince William and Kate refused to make eye contact with Meghan, because that's likely how Kate treats all people she hates and thinks are trash and are hotter than she is. And
Wait, you think Meghan's hotter than Kate?
yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'd agree on that one.
You never know.
I don't know.
Different flavors, bro. Different tastes. You know what I
Well,
mean? Definitely one's a lot more fun.
Meghan's
the
more
one
fun, that's
flavor
for
is
sure.
clearly superior.
Yeah, one's putting out on the first date, and the other one's
They're
you know
both pretty cute.
you got to
They
make
are
her
both
a
cute.
princess or some shit.
Yeah. And that's trash is what one British journalist, Victoria Mather, also thinks about Meghan while speaking on an MSNBC broadcast about Meghan and her dealings with the Queen. Mather said, quote, "I think what has really upset the British public, i.e. herself, is that Meghan Markle, who many people consider as only, 5 clicks up from trailer trash, has actually tried to disrespect the Queen.
What does that mean?
And the Queen is the
It
most
means
important...
she's like a Welsh gypsy.
Yeah, but
She's
what's a
like-
click?
She's like from Wales.
Click.
He's talking about
That's
like
what I
a
was
distance, like 6 clicks to the
5 clicks
rendezvous
that might be a compliment. 5 clicks from trailer
Yeah,
trash.
5 clicks is a little.
I'm gonna Google what a
Wait,
click
you
is.
could be like royalty 5 clicks away.
Yeah.
How many clicks are there?
6
in
degrees
society?
from Kevin Bacon. I mean,
What's
come
up?
What
on.
is there like a 1,000 clicks? I mean,
Clicks are clearly a very small measurement. 'Cause
Right.
she meant to say she's trailer trash.
Exactly, Mark. Exactly. So again, the official exit is March 31st, and it just can't come soon enough for Meg, who is pretty much known as the trashy broad who corrupted Prince Harry and stole him from the royal family, which is mostly true. You decide on your own about the trashy part. And we'll keep you updated on their dealings when they finally move to Canada and become much more famous.
That's 5 kilometers, guys. Each click is a kilometer.
What a bunch of fucking malarkey, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What are they doing?
It's a big fiasco.
Just be prince and princess, you weirdos. If you have money sitting in a bank account, guys, your bank is making interest off your money, but how much of that are they giving back to you? Not a lot, right? No. Most banks give you something infantile, like 0.01%, which is disrespectful, interest on your savings. No thanks here. You should be earning more than that. Hey, how about 14 times more? You like that, Stakes?
I love that.
Well, good news. With the Wealthfront cash account, you can get a 1.27% APY on all of your savings. That's 14 times more than the national average of 0.09%, according to FDIC.gov. I don't know. I think they might know what they're doing there, talking about stats-wise. With the Wealthfront cash account, it's easy and fast to get started. It only takes $1 and a few minutes to open an account. We all have that. You can even do it right from your phone. No paperwork required, which is my kind of sign-up.
I got 12 of them.
Yep.
I mean, if you can't do it from your phone, what's the point these days?
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
So, well, you can for this. There are no fees, and your money is FDIC insured up to $1 million through their partner banks. Wealthfront's clients trust them with over $24 billion. That's a lot of dough. And clients have earned over $100 million in interest already with the Wealthfront cash accounts. Wealthfront is the ideal way to manage your money. You can save, plan, invest, and get financial advice all in one place, and they make your money work harder for you. Remember that 1.27% return. Right now, you can sign up for the Wealthfront cash account in less than 5 minutes by visiting wealthfront.com/factor, all caps. Go to wealthfront.com/factor and start earning 19 times more interest on all your savings. That's wealthfront.com/factor. Got to read a few legal requirements here, guys. Wealthfront is not a bank. Cash account is offered by Wealthfront Brokerage, LLC, members of FINRA/SIPC. Wealthfront conveys funds to partner banks who accept and maintain deposits and provide the interest rate and provide FDIC insurance up to that $1 million. The APY is subject to change in the future.
Very cool. A 49-year-old Austin man is being accused of luring his 78-year-old father to a cliff in the Austin Greenbelt to
This doesn't sound good.
check out a cool rattlesnake he saw before shoving him off that cliff into a 40-foot fall.
Yeah. Luring never ends well.
Yeah.
His father?
Yeah, his dad. Luckily,
Biological
Gerald McCants.
or-
Well, we don't know. Absolutely, his biological dad.
99% of these stories is a husband or wife.
Yeah, you don't push your foster dad or your adopted dad off a cliff. Well, that's disrespectful. Luckily for Gerald McCants, though, his plan did not work out, and his geriatric father lived to tell about it. Apparently, here's what happened. Gerald left the house around 8:30 a.m. on Sunday morning before returning just a few minutes later full of excitement because he'd seen a rattlesnake, and he asked his dad to come see it with him. Come on, Dad, get in the car. Cool. Yeah, the father-son duo drove about a half a mile to the cliff, and then the old man looked.
Okay, nobody can drive you to a rattlesnake.
Yeah, why would the dad
That's not how this works. That's not how a rattlesnake.
Right, why would the
sighting
dad
works.
assume it didn't move in the past 15 minutes? And it's going to be in the exact pinpoint location a mile away 20 minutes later?
Exactly.
I told the snake to stay put.
Stay right here, snake. Anyway, so they got to the cliff, and the old man looked around, but he couldn't see the snake. And that's
I'm getting worried, Jeremy.
That's when Gerald told him, just look a little harder, just a little further down. And then, bam! Off the cliff. As he was falling down the bluff, McCant's father stated he could hear Gerald laughing.
Oh,
Maniacally. But the man lived. It's all good.
his plot had worked.
Yeah, and he only suffered a deep cut to his head and some minor abrasions.
Yeah, and the loss of a son.
Yeah, the mud was not released. What do you guys think
beat
this
the
was?
shit out of Gerald yet, or what's the deal there?
I think he was
Insurance.
trying to, money.
Insurance money,
Life
maybe?
insurance.
Yeah.
Gotta
keep
be.
you
Wait,
updated.
you think that he was in on it? You think the man was in on it?
No.
Not at all.
He's asking why did the son do it? And the only thing that can come to mind is life insurance, or he's just completely insane, or both.
It's possible that the rattlesnake was really there, and the snake
He got
came
mad.
at the
Right.
dad, and he
That's
pushed
the
him off
real
the cliff
thing.
to save his life.
He saw it at the bottom of the cliff.
You guys are a bunch of fucking negative Nancys. Think about it positively.
Fuck Gerald.
Yeah, really.
Gerald sounds like a dick.
Yeah.
All right, gonna keep my stories in the UK. A fucking pig swallowed a pedometer. You know, one of those things that keeps track of how active you are, or in our case, how would keep track of how little we move.
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
My
well,
new
the pig
map telling me like you haven't met your step threshold for
exactly.
the last 6 days.
We've alerted an ambulance to come pick your lazy ass up.
Yeah, we know exactly where you haven't moved. Well, the pig swallowed one of those things, and after it somehow painfully shit it out, the fucking thing combusted and started a fire. Firefighters had to rush to the massive 800 square foot blaze to save the hungry pigs in the surrounding area and their pens. Firefighters think the copper inside the pedometer somehow reacted with the pig shit and dry hay to start the fire.
The pig shit out a bomb.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just combusted weirdly. I don't know. This is very
pig
strange.
Shit bomb.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Apparently, the pedometer was worn by the pig to prove it was free range. And when it fell off, it went.
I love that.
Yeah,
Gotta love that.
yeah. The pig ate it. So
Because it's a fucking pig.
This
He
is
just-
what
he just
fucking
wiggled out.
organic culture has created.
right.
Is
Yeah.
pig shit bombs.
Bombs,
Because a
yeah.
fucking pig has to wear a pedometer.
Yep.
That's a classic backfire right there.
Try to put a pedometer on a cat. That ain't gonna work.
Right. Luckily, no pigs or any other animals were harmed in the blaze, and that pig is now known as he who shits fire by all the other pigs.
That's awesome.
He is the king of the pig pen now.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah, he's
sure
probably-
he was delicious.
He's probably loving it. Oh, you think he's already dead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys? Yeah, might be.
He's a liability. They got to get
Yeah,
that
they
pig
got
out
to
of there.
get him out. They don't let him shit one more time. Have you guys ever been so drunk on a plane you were causing a scene on the plane?
Almost, yes.
Almost. Not with the laptop.
No, I wasn't drunk.
Okay. Have you caused? a
I've
scene?
raged on a plane, Mark.
Have you seen anyone that's caused a
Oh,
disruption?
yeah, wait. I've
almost
been
did.
so drunk on a plane that I almost caused a scene. But
In
no,
Vegas
I
when you
remained
left
in
your
my seat.
luggage? Yeah. Have you seen anyone that's caused a disruption? And I'm talking about the one that would call an air marshal over or turn the plane back
I
around.
saw a girl have a nightmare and shit her pants across the aisle from me one time, but
you
they
serious?
did not call the air marshal
How did you know? Well, the air marshal pretended he was asleep. How did you
I-
know she shit her pants?
because she got up in front of me when the
Boy.
plane deboarded and she had the poop stains on the pants.
Boy, the nightmare just started when she woke up, huh? She got
Exactly.
out of one nightmare into another.
I hope I don't have a nightmare on this plane. I always shit myself.
Maybe it's a double dream. Nope, I shit myself. I have not been involved in this type of thing, but the passengers on EasyJet flight EasyY 1919 from Manchester, UK to Alicante in Spain.
By the way, piece
sure
of
have.
shit airline. Piece of shit airline.
EasyJet?
Yeah.
You were
Flown EasyJet?
Hello.
It's like one of those value airlines. It's a commuter jet airline.
Pat's got like a chart of like airlines, classy to unclassy.
I'm just telling you. Used to be Delta for me.
What happened is they had to turn the plane back to Manchester because of an unruly group of drunk passengers. So they were going to Alicante, Spain, and the drunk, I'm going to assume drunk English guys, caused a scene. So they had to turn the plane
That's
around.
racist, Mark.
Well, it was from Manchester, UK. I mean,
Okay,
I guess
well.
it could have been Spaniards or
You're
anyone.
carrying that hate in your heart. Nobody else is.
No, they just like to drink. That's all.
Nobody's asking you to.
Police, no one's asking you to. Police met the aircraft on its return to remove the passengers before it turned around and continued to Alicante. So, not too bad. It's not that long of a flight. They turned around. They got those guys arrested. They were headed back to Spain. Not so fast because a second group of, I'm guessing again, drunk English guys did it again. Different group of guys got too drunk and rowdy for the plane to sanely handle itself. So the plane turned back a second time and more police were called to meet and remove the second group of passengers.
Oh my God.
And I've got a thing to say about the second group here. They got screwed. Because you have to think that the first group really screwed over the second group because of the delay of a few hours in the first turn back. If that had not
They got
happened,
drunker.
the
They got
second
drunker.
group would have been just drunk in Spain on the ground on their vacation. It's only a 3-hour flight. They actually timed their partying perfectly, and they got foiled by group one who can't handle their booze.
Yeah, they would have made it past halfway, and then
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they
that's
were,
when you got to nut up and be a real champion and go triple
right.
overtime.
Well, I'm surprised that this plane didn't end up just continuously doing this with all the English
Yeah,
people
it's like
on
pulling
it.
the fire alarm in middle school. school. It's like if 2 fire alarms get pulled in middle school, 3 are getting pulled. You
I
know what
mean, like it just ends up just turning back until everyone's in the drunk
It's
tank,
just like
I'm
little
gonna turn
light bulbs.
this plate around.
including the flight attendants.
You're
Little-
definitely not telling your girlfriend when you get back that the first group existed.
Yeah, no, for
By
sure.
no means.
No. The airline issued a statement saying we are aware that some passengers were drinking their own alcohol on board and prior to the flight in the terminal. Yeah, no shit. Did they see the kegs that got wheeled onto the plane?
You can do that on
and-
EasyJet.
And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Let's see here. Tonight is Super Tuesday 2.0, Pat. Your favorite.
Oh, the Super Duper Tuesday?
Yeah, we will
Well,
be
it really should
streaming.
be the first Super Tuesday since the last one was Super Thursday.
There you go. That makes sense to me. We will be streaming around 10 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah,
Probably do a
something like that.
30-minute
Once
stream.
Michigan's known, yeah.
Yeah, to give feedback on the results at the time. Also, tomorrow is What the Fuck Wednesday, so stop what you're doing and send in stories you want us to read now, please, as we like to record those early on Tuesdays, especially if we have a night stream that we have to do, so you got to get those in by, like, before lunchtime. What's the voicemail, Wes?
512-270-1480.
Call that and leave a message, and we will read it. Same thing goes with clever 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. Oh, yeah, and most importantly, have a great fucking day.